Welcome everyone. I am John Ryan and I'm in a very good mood today, coming off another 10 unit max bet winner within the WNBA, this time as the New York Liberty just absolutely hammered the Las Vegas Aces and went under the posted total of 177.5 points by a whopping 32.5 points. That 10-star unit game of the month, call it what you will, max bet, won easily, and I wish they all could be that way, but over the last 3 years they have hit 70% against the spread and money lines, etc. That also implies that it has lost 30% of the time over the last 3 years. So I don't want to make any hype here whatsoever. The results speak for themselves, and in a rare situation I actually have, my models have uncovered a 10 unit max bet in Major League Baseball. It goes tonight. You also get an evening 8 unit best bet, and you can see my record in baseball is hitting 70% over the last, I guess now it's about 70 picks. So we are cruising along here. WNBA also hitting 69%, and CFL 13, 6, and 1. And before we get to today's play, I also wanted to encourage you to take advantage of these opportunities. If you want just Major League Baseball, I'm willing to offer it to you since you're supporting these shows and giving me a lot of likes and retweets and telling your friends all about it, because our our subscriber growth has just exploded in the last 2 weeks, going up about roughly 300%. Now challenging 2,000 subscribers and growing, so thank you very much. And a way to keep the shows going like this, I have to pay the rent and the electric bill, of course, but for $99, you can get the rest of the regular season in Major League Baseball. But better yet, I think this is probably the better deal to take. This is a new product. This has nothing to do with my premium service. This is a fully automated, 100% objective sports betting model. It has over 500 of the most profitable betting systems, and they are guaranteed and optimized not to duplicate each other, meaning that you're never going to get a system play that says to take one team and then the other system says the opponent, which would cancel out the game. I made sure that that will never happen in this portfolio. So imagine this being your 401k plan, and it's fully optimized to produce the biggest ROI possible without even having to think. You just simply sign into the website, you get the picks for the day, and you move on. So this is available now for college football and the NFL, and I'm only going to charge $99 since it is a new model. It's a new product. So it's a test drive for $99, and then even after that, it's $149 per month. Or if you want, you could pay $300 for all access college football and NFL, $300 to get all of these great betting algorithms and systems that I've developed over the years of about 29 years now of being a professional sports bettor. And then lastly, if you want the premium service, I'm also offering this to you, the listeners and the viewers and the supporters, as a special deal, and thank you. The deal is $900 today. That sounds like an awful lot of money, but it comes out to only $37.50 per week for both the NCAA football and the NFL. Keep in mind, you get approximately an average of anywhere from 7 to as many as 12 total plays per week. So that reduces it down to about $4 a pick, which also includes the 10 unit plays, which by themselves are a $75 value every time I release an NFL or college football 10 unit max bet play. They are included in this premium package, and if you want both products, just send me a direct message and we'll work out a deal that's affordable and get you on board both of them. So that is my promo for today and the services I hope you take advantage of. We have some interesting trends here as of August 16th that I want to just go over here quickly. Since the All-Star break, we can see that the A's have the league worst record, not surprising there, but keep in mind, they have averaged a plus 180 dog. So by averaging almost 2 to 1, that would give you a profit of roughly 14 units on the wins, but you would have lost 20 units on the losses because it was a dog every single time. But still, they are nowhere close to being the worst money loser since the All-Star break. The Dodgers have the best record, 21-8, but here again, they've averaged basically a 190 favorite over this 29-game span. So there again, 21 wins, and with the money line losing 8 times at almost 2-1, that still makes them profitable, but not by very much. They're fourth best in the league too. 48% of base runners have scored in this rather dramatic run that they are putting on and chasing down the Braves for the best record in the National League. The Braves have a league best 58% of base runners scoring. Not surprising, but what is surprising is they've done that, and they are only 15-13 since the break. That is a little bit alarming to me, and I do think that we need to pay attention to the Braves here. That pitching staff seems to not be as good as it once was earlier this year. And like I said, we'll just keep an eye on it moving forward. The Mets and Yankees. Now, this is something that we just have to mention. And no offense to any of the fans. It's been a brutal season. I feel very sorry for the Mets and the Yankees because there was a lot of hype and a lot of excitement coming into the season, but it just hasn't worked out this season. It doesn't mean that they can't bounce back in future seasons, of course, but right now, the Mets are 11-14 since the break. The Yankees, inexplicably, 7-20. I mean, I can't even say that with the Yankees in the same sentence. Combined record, 18-34, or about $11.1 million spent during this 52-game span between the Mets and the Yankees for their wins, for their 18 wins. So $11.1 million per win for the 18 wins over this span. By comparison, the Orioles are 20-11, second best record since the break. Their payroll, $85 million. That averages out to about $813,000 per win spent on the payroll, and that is the difference between trying to buy championships and actually having a team that is molded and built and a culture that supports the potential to get to the World Series and win a championship, in my humble opinion. Astro and Cubs, not surprising here, league best 1.67 multiple run innings per game. And I won't belabor the point. You can study these charts and you can ask me questions or send me a direct message or comment here on the YouTube channel. And I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can with any questions that you may have. You may be wondering something, and my database usually can answer it pretty quickly. Now, we do have that 10 unit going today, and this is the promotional slide here for this. There's the payment information. I'm not going to belabor the point. For you listeners, make sure that when you, if you do buy this for $50, make sure you tell me that you were watching the show, because if the 10 unit loses tonight, I'll give you the next 3 days all access for free. You know, I want this to be a positive experience. Sometimes, you know, we don't come out on the winning end. Like I said, it loses 30% of the time, and you must be very aware of that and not assume that, boy, you know, he won last night by 32.5 points in basketball. He's probably going to win by 5 runs tonight. Not the case. You know, it's just not the case. So just be aware of that. I hope you get on board, because these have hit 70% over the last 3 years, and I think it's a great opportunity. Enough of that. Let's get to this now. Baseball betting system for today. We're going to bet against winning record dogs between 100 and 150 using the money line. The dog is starting a pitcher with a season-to-date ERA between 4.20 and 4.70. That same starter averages, sorry for the misspelling, 6 or more Ks per start, which is quite a bit. We're talking about Aaron Nola here with this situation. This combination of parameters, 26 and 10. Minus 132 wager, 38% ROI over the past 5 seasons. And if the game occurs after the All-Star break, which is important right now, obviously, and there's a lot of systems that get even better when we get into the second half of the year and also after the All-Star break, which is around the 100th game of the season. 12 and 5, 71%, minus 134 wager, 35% ROI over the last 5 seasons. And it looks like we're going to be able to get the Phillies as a dog price, I believe. We'll have to check the markets, and this is a betting opportunity that grades 8 units, so it's a premium bet that goes to my clients. I hope you like that one, and let's get to NFL for the day. Another system here. I did one last week, I believe, or maybe it was Monday, with the NFL, and weeks 1 through 4 is the focus. So there's a lot of situations here where a team that wasn't so good the previous year all of a sudden gets off to a good start, and it is a league of parity. Don't forget that. It's not parity based on sentiment or fan base hype or media hype or expectations. That is, off the charts right now for some of these teams. But we're going to bet on home dogs in weeks 1 through 4 that are 1.5 to 4.5 point underdogs. Team lost last 3 games to the current foe. So that goes obviously back possibly, well, at least 2 years, because maybe they played each other 3 times in a season with a playoff, but these teams generally do not make the playoffs. So the foe is a divisional rival, making it even more intense. 20-19 and 1 tie, straight up 51%. But keep in mind, if you sprinkle the money line, you're going to get a pretty juicy number. And you have a 50% chance of winning based on history, and you're going to get arguably at least 185 on the money line, maybe 2 to 1. If it's 4.5, you're going to get probably plus 250. That's a pretty good return over the course of 4 weeks in the NFL. Against the spread, even better, 62%, 24, 15, and 1. And as I did expect, the over-under favoring the under, mainly because it's a divisional rivalry, and those games tend to be very physical and defensively oriented. 25 and 15, that's to the under, so that's 62% there. And if the home dog that we're betting on won 3 to 10 games in the previous season, 18 and 13 straight up. I mean, how about that if you're getting a plus 200 dog to sprinkle on the money line? 20 and 10 and 1 against the spread, 67%, and a slight lean to the under. Well, no, more than a slight lean. It's a pretty good lean to the under, 19 and 12. This is focusing on the Cowboys and the Giants in week 1 action. The Giants are going to be hosting the Cowboys in week 1 on Sunday Night Football, and I cannot even wait for that game to be on the TV and get into it and have a lot of fun. So that is all I have for today. I appreciate you watching this show. And again, if you have any questions whatsoever about my services, my new product that I introduced today, just send me a direct message or email me at johnryansports@gmail.com, and we'll get right back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching the show today. I'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of the Predictive Playbook Sports Betting Show. And until then, bet with your heads and never over it, and may all the wins be yours.